would like to make a distinction between awakening to me and its self-realization. Awakening is not a function of a process. It can be instant. And it is instant. But self-realization is a process. Process which has no end. But our me in the human body has certain vision of completion while living on earth. Me incarnates, because this is what you are an incarnated me, not only to remember itself, even though that is perhaps the most profound aspect of it, but to become whole and to perform or to express certain functions in this reality where me is relating to itself via different incarnations, like you and me, we are relating. To give you an example of self-realization, or the importance of it, that without having emanation consciousness, or simply consciousness, that space of consciousness, me can recognize itself, but it cannot contain itself. The experience of itself is still too limited. Me is perfect in its essence, but it's not perfect in its actualization. It has to grow into its actualization. So, emanation consciousness allows me to experience itself bigger and wider and in a more complete way. And to maintain its consciousness. Otherwise, me is simply unconscious. It doesn't have a continuity of presence. It's lost in the mind, and so forth. And then me, in order to experience itself deeper, it has to enter the absolute. It has to reach a state of complete rest. Otherwise it is not free. It may be awakened indeed, but it's not free. Not free from suffering. And I'm not speaking about psychological suffering, which is another subject, but about spiritual suffering. Because me is unable to rest and is subject to the inherent fluctuations of presence. Presence as to experience oneself as something separate, being locked in one's separation. You are distinct, but you are not separate. And then me needs to enter the body. And this is what I would like you to do now. As I continue, let go into your body. As I already explained many, many times, me has to complete its incarnation. It has to enter the body. Your body is the axle of your individuality around which me evolves. Also a point of its stability. Through the metta, spirit becomes stable. So you let go into your body. And as you're letting go into your body, you are letting go into the absolute. Absolute is reality. Space of reality. Space of everything. And it's also a space in which me exists. A space which contains me. Even though eventually the distinction between that space and me is forgotten, meaning me becomes the absolute. So in that sense, Shiva is not just a god ruling or governing the absolute, he is the me of the absolute. And so should you become that me too, because there's only one me. For us, absolute is a place in which we experience complete rest, repose, freedom from fluctuations, but it is also what allows us to let go. To come to the state of complete non-resistance. as long as we cannot let go fully, we are not free. Because not being able to let go fully means that we are still separate. We are still prisoners. The way to get out of that prison is by letting go. And this is what Absolute allows us to make it possible. Me is entering your body, is entering the Absolute. Without the Absolute, me cannot fully enter the body. But as you can see, the Absolute that we speak of here is not beyond us. It is in us, in this body. It's a dimension of the body, or within the body, that we can access through surrender. Surrender is an important aspect of the evolutionary progression of me. Me is growing into surrender through letting go. But is not just surrendering to, it's not surrendering to the beyond, it's surrendering to itself. It is just, it appears to be the beyond, because from that limited angle of perception of me, that which we are letting go into is still not me. Eventually it becomes me. So even though you may be not able to experience it fully, know that when you are letting go, you are letting go. Not just into Shiva, God, divine, some kind of a concept that you dwell upon. You are letting go into yourself. Truth be told, you don't know what you are letting go into. This is why I am telling you, you are letting go into yourself. It is just something that you do not, the dimensions of yourself that you still not experience as me. So in this talk, Because surrender to the body is very, very important. I just emphasize more of that surrender. Keep letting go with exhalation. And at that point, you forget your head, and you should come to a place where you feel yourself more, much more in your body than in your head, much more in your torso than in your head. Me is surrendering to the body. However, not the main center of me, which is in consciousness, in amygdala, that is surrendering. At that point, me is surrendering into the body through emanating intelligence. Which is a manifestation of me, which is emanation of me. In order to evolve, me has to create all these manifestations. That's the art of our evolution. So difficult to explain the principles of it, and it's so unknown, but that is what makes that evolution of me possible. As you are letting go into your body and from your body into the Absolute, these two movements become one movement. You need to become that space of pure subjectivity which is experienced in your body. Because only then me can be said to have self-realized itself in the body. Otherwise you just experience things in your body, you relate to them from your me, and the me is not self-aware, so me is relating to things in your body through the mind, and through that nervous system or psychosomatic intelligence. So it's all like it feels like the body is part of you, but you are not your body and you are not in the body because you have not incarnated. So if you notice that, oh, I am relating to my body, or to that feeling in my body, or even to that sense of pure subjectivity in my body, from my mind, the person is looking, trying to relate to the experience in the body, and that creates a separation between mind and the body. So when you notice it happening, immediately drop it, let go, until you fully fall back into your body. As you are letting go into body, you are also letting go into your emotional body, which is the field of emotional sensitivity in your body. And it's not just a field, it is also experiences pure subjectivity, therefore as your identity. And of course you are also letting go into your heart. But for now you don't focus on any particular area. But still you want to feel. You don't just let go automatically, mechanically. You need to feel. You need to feel that space, that body, and whatever it contains as something absolutely alive, a living thing. It's a living being. It is the body of your soul, body of me. Without that body, your me cannot exist. It's disembodied. It cannot exist in creation. So keep letting go with exhalation, letting go, and letting go, and letting go. And while you keep letting go, your goal is to come to a place where you reach absolute let go, meaning that each act of letting go is no longer resulting in deepening of that letting go, but rather is happening within the perfect space of let go, of having let go, perfect space of surrender. Because when you are letting go, you are going in a certain direction. You are trying to reach a place from which you have been separated. But in the state of absolute let go, there's no more reaching, there's no more separation. So absolute let go here allows you to feel, to transcend the separation between your mind and your body. Between your me and your body, between your body and the Absolute, your me and the Absolute, and then you can have you begin to have the glimpse of what it means to experience it all as me. Beautiful practice, no doubt. Feel controlling your surrender, if you feel getting tense or stressed or trying too hard, or fighting with your resistance, all you need to do is to relax your control and let go of it. Let go. Until you should feel, even before you reach that absolute let go, you should feel that process, that letting go, something fulfilling and beautiful. Remember, it's not only about the destination, it's also about the journey. If you are too much focused on destination, you lose correct relationship with your journey. And it is the journey which makes all the difference. It is the journey which transforms us. It is the journey that allows us to get ready for our destination and to be able to have an understanding of where we are arriving.